your love changes everything. Changes everything. Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. Changes everything. Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. Changes everything. Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything. You turn my morning into dancing. 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 Something about your love. Something about your love changes everything.
Good morning, guys. It's a beautiful morning out. I was out on the deck, and it's cold. It's really cold. It's only 40 degrees outside, but it's clear, crisp, and hopefully warmer today. We can pray, right? How's everybody doing this morning? Today we're going to be in Galations again. Last night at men's group was good. We had a nice, hearty discussion, and it was quite enjoyable. We didn't get out of there until it's 9 o'clock. Who was with us this morning? Let's see. Ken Gooch. Good morning, Ken. Nice to see you. Chris Connolly. I'll have you know, Chris, I didn't eat the club sandwich last night. I had the roasted sub. Quite tasty. And Chuck B. Good morning. And Bert Reggiani. Good morning. Yeah, after Thursday night's men's group, we always go up to the 24th Street Tavern. And they have half off after 9 o'clock. And we have sandwiches. And it's gotten to the point where everybody orders the club sandwich. And and I just felt like I needed a change. But Chris, don't be disappointed. I was very happy with what I had. It was very, very good. Today we're in Galations chapter 5, verses 13 through 19. And if you've been following along for the last couple of weeks, it's similar. Paul is fighting something here. The Judaizers have changed the church. They've come in and they told, and have convinced them that what Paul was telling them wasn't enough. What Paul was doing, there's more to it. And yesterday Tom went through the justification and sanctification thing, and it's a nice reminder, that we are justified by God's work, and that's to me that we can't earn our salvation right through labor. And basically today he's going to talk more about that, and it's because the law, his comparison to the law and grace, he makes it sound so, I guess it's not that it makes it sound that way, but he makes the point that it's futile. It's futile, not futile. Oh my goodness, my mouth doesn't work. It's futile to try and save yourself, because the demands are higher than we're capable of, I guess would be the best way to put it. So let's start. Let me pull up the verses. I already have them up, believe it or not. Doesn't mean I'm fast at it still. All right. Verse 13 starts out, you were called to freedom, brothers. Only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for the flesh, but through love serve one another. So, yeah, okay. So he's warning him, right? He's cautioning him that living for this kingdom's pleasures aren't healthy. He's asking them to use their freedom for good. For you were called to freedom, brother. Oh, yeah, I did that one already. Sorry. For the whole law is fulfilled in one word. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. We forget that one, right? I think Jesus said all the verses, all the law hangs on this one law. And we focus on this command. The rest will just fall into place. Then it says, but if you bite and devour each other, I love that. Wow, where's that at? Okay. If you bite and devour one another, watch out that you are not consumed by one another. This is just common sense, right? I mean, we've heard this our whole lives that you cause a divide, and the enemy uses that divide or divisive language to manipulate you. So the enemy, Paul starts a church. It looks like it's going great. The enemy starts whispering in these Judaizers' ears. They go into the church and they try to change it. And Paul is caught in this middle of this mess because he's trying to clean up the mess. But I love how he goes to the next one where he says, but you should walk. Oh, I gotta pull it down a little bit. Hold on a second. But I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. If you look to the Spirit, then the flesh, the temptations, the holdbacks, the drawbacks, the flaws, all that stuff will be set aside if we look to the Spirit first. It's not easy to say. It's easy to say. It's not necessarily easy to do. I think that's why I made the comment at men's group a couple nights, weeks ago, that Jesus loves to struggle. He loves that we're fighting to be in the Spirit. We're fighting to be a part of his kingdom. Living in the Spirit, you think about it, it's a battle. I think we talked about it last night in men's group. We know the other guys there. We have these two personalities. We have the person from this kingdom and then the other kingdom. And we always talk about, Tom always talk about putting that guy to death. And somebody made the comment that it's hard because he keeps coming back. But we live by the Spirit. So the fact that we have the Spirit in us, we can fight that other guy when he pops up. We can challenge it, we can test it, or we can at least be aware of it so we can make the right plans and the desires. For the desires of the flesh are against the Spirit, and the desires of the Spirit are against the flesh. For these are opposed to each other to keep you from doing things you want to do. James 4 wrote, you adulterous people, you do not know the friendship with the world is enmity with God. Therefore, whoever wishes to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God. Okay, that's strong language. But I think that his point is made that this world is temporary. We have to remember that, and we have to fight to keep our hearts in the right place and our minds in the right place. So where did I leave off? Verse 18. But if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are evident: sexual immorality, impurity, sensuality. Kind of weird that my assignment shuts off here because there's more: idolatry, sorcery, enmity, strife, jealousy, fits of anger, rivalries, dissensions, divisions, envy, drunkenness, orgies, and things. Now, a lot of us can say, well, I've never been in an orgy, but we've been angry. We've been jealous. I mean, jealousy is a hard one to fight, right? Idolatry can be anything, our money, our life, sorcery. I haven't practiced sorcery in a long time. But I'm saying they're not all applying to one. Oh, we don't do them all, but he's pointing out that these are all things under the law that you have to avoid. In strife. I mean, what? I mean, seriously, there's so many things here that we look at and we say, I'm capable of doing that. I'm capable of having that weakness. Paul is telling us to live in the Spirit, and that's his key. And it's not that we don't have to be perfect, but we should strive to be perfect. I guess is the best way to put it. Hi, Diane. He's dropping on us. It's truly a blessing to do this. We forget sometimes that we're human, and we expect that now that we're Christian, we should be perfect, and it's a tough road to hoe, and it's not always easy. Sometimes we have to give ourselves a break. That's what I have for you today, guys. I hope it was a blessing. I hope it wasn't too scatterbrained. Have a nice day. And what do I always say? I say something. What is it? Oh, have a firmly rooted day. And I'll see you guys at 9 for prayer. Love to see you there. Have a firmly rooted day, and may someone see Jesus in you today. Peace.